last night I got a phone bank call from Our Revolution. Mind you, I live in California and we're going through a special election, a recall election right now. That should be the top priority for any sort of political phone calls that I get right now. But Our Revolution is phone banking for money. And not only are they phone banking for money, I have not donated to them since 2018. And the reason that I have not donated to them is because they've been incredibly crappy to me. Let's be real, they've been incredibly crappy to me. But they are diving deep right now. They're diving incredibly deep into their user base, their email list to try and find donors. So that tells me they're struggling. They're struggling. But I got phone banked last night to donate to Our Revolution. Again, like I said, I have not donated since 2018. And I gave a lot of feedback to the phone banker. And I said, look, I know you're a volunteer and you're totally into this and stuff, but let me explain to you why I'm not going to donate and why this is a problem for me. Our Revolution is entirely corrupt, in my opinion. In my opinion, they're entirely corrupt. The fact that they're so in bed with Karen Burnell, who's currently under investigation and under penalties by the California Democratic State Party for an illicit pact that they set up to rig elections. The same bullshit Hillary was doing. And here they are trying to represent themselves as progressives. And they were doing the same ass bullshit. And not only did she and Norman get that done through her Progressive Delegates Network that was funded by this California Democratic Party Progressive Caucus PAC. But she tarnished the name of several progressive organizations by getting them in as alliance partners. PDA, Our Revolution. She tarnished the name of so many organizations, and they still haven't totally rejected her and her nonsense. And this is a financial scandal, and yet these organizations haven't made statements detaching themselves from what she was doing. They haven't detached themselves. So I get this call. I'm explaining all this to the representative. She did take my information down and said she would try and have somebody call me. And she's like, have you tried to talk to anybody? And I'm like, yeah, I literally wrote, my most recent communication was I wrote an email to Larry Cohen. I'm sorry, but y'all can't represent yourself as progressive if that's how you're going to behave. You're going to be so corrupt. It's just not going to work. And then yesterday when I was at Los Amigos on the Zoom call, I mentioned that if we wanted to create unity and harmony in Orange County, then Danette really needs to apologize to me. She's a staffer for PDA, and she was pushing out false documents against me to create a false narrative on behalf of a dude that I've gone to court with twice because the dude has been stalking me up and down the county. And we have a stipulation agreement in place that says he's supposed to stay away from me, and he keeps violating that stipulation agreement. All of these organizations are like, well, that stipulation agreement is meaningless. Our harassment policies are meaningless. Instead, we're going to come down on you for complaining about it. We're going to come down on you for telling us that he's supposed to stay away from you, right? We're going to come down on you for making a big deal about the fact that he's supposed to stay away from you. It is absolutely shocking to me how much toxic masculinity, patriarchy, white supremacy is going on in these progressive organizations. And I hope to hell that you fucking clean up your acts, because this is some bullshit. Do not call me and ask me for my goddamn money when you're going to treat me like shit. Don't do it. Do not ask for my money if you're going to treat me like shit. And y'all need to clean up. I'm sorry, but trying to say, well, we can work with white supremacists and anti-vaxxers and, still promote Medicare for all. And, it's about classism. No, it's not all about classism. There are specific groups of people that face individual problems for their communities that you and I don't face. And they have specific needs that need to be addressed. My cat is so needy because my mom was feeding him wet food while I was gone. And so now he's like begging constantly. That's why he's at the door being stalkerish right now. But the point being is that, no, you can't just boil everything down into, well, it's a one size fits all solution. And so everybody, we can get everybody together on the same page by saying that this is a classist, a class war type thing, where the policies that we need will address everybody's needs because it's about classism. No, it's not always about classism. That is a way of dismissing the individual needs of specific ethnic groups and special classes. Like, dudes, you are not on the same page with women when it comes to our reproductive health concerns. That has nothing to fucking do with you, but you all want to weigh in on it, right? We're not all black. I don't have the same concerns or needs as the black community, but I care for them, and I would like to see them be successful, and I'd like to see them get what they need to be successful. Disabled people, I'm not disabled. Doesn't mean that I don't care about them having what they need to be successful. These are individual groups, and we can't just group everybody together and say, well, we can do one size fits all solutions. That's just how we're going to do it. And we'll just work with anybody. No, you shouldn't be just working with anybody. If there are Nazis who want to attend your events, want to speak at your events, organize your events, you should say no. Like, this is a no fucking brainer. Anyway, I gotta take a shower. I got an interview this morning. I can't even, like, I'm looking at all this stuff and just like the nonsense behind it, the nonsense thinking behind the argument that, well, we should, ally with Boogaloo boys. We should just, like, let anti-vaxxers speak at our Medicare for All events. Are we in backwards world? Like, what the fuck even with you guys? But no, Danette does need to apologize to me. She did smear me on purpose. She smeared me within a volunteer organization where I was doing some really successful work. And she intends, as far as I know, she intends to run for city council. If she's planning on running for city council and she doesn't do something to heal the breach, I will be fucking loud. I will be absolutely loud about what a horrible person she is and how she would make a terrible representative for Orange. So I highly suggest she does something about this to make it better, because she did a lot of damage to me this year when I was already in a bad spot because I've been affected by the pandemic. She better fucking do something. And Dr. Bill better too, because he's been enabling her the entire fucking time. He's been enabling her and letting her shut me out of everything. This is not how volunteerism should go. Yet it's politics, and people act stupid in politics. They act incredibly stupid in politics. There are a lot of people who need to fucking reevaluate what they're doing and who they're working with.